I am Vivian Reed, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you visiting my channel for the first time, I invite you to watch part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, so you can catch up. Now, in part 6, we're going to talk about how we're nearing the end of rehearsal, and we're about to hit the road, baby, with bubbling brown sugar. So, keep watching. See you in a minute. Here we go, here we go, here we go! Ha ha! We're at the end of the rehearsal period, and now we're getting ready to go on tour. Now, at this point, we know where all the numbers are going to be. Sweet Georgia Brown in the first act, after His Eyes on the Sparrow, the big gospel number. And at the end of the first act, toward the end of the first act, is my second number, which is In My Solitude with the Four Guys. And then in the second act, God Bless the Child, comes before the tap number, the big tap number. That's the big finale. Well, we pack up, and here we go, off to Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, when we're now putting everything together and getting our staging and everything, blocking and everything together, Billy Wilson comes up with a brilliant idea to put God Bless the Child after the finale, the big tap number, where I have 16 wings, 16 trenches, and a bunch of other stuff. No, you can't do that. I mean, I just got through doing this big tap number because I guess, according to what he said, he wanted God Bless the Child to make the statement for the show. God bless the child that's got his own. Honey, God was going to have to bless this child. Because, I mean, was I even going to be alive after that tap number was over? So I talked management into getting me an oxygen tank. A big, long oxygen tank. So I could breathe. And they got this big ass, long, big old tall oxygen tank. So after I would finish with God Bless the Child, no, after I would finish with the tap number, I would go in and then walk out just as cool as a cucumber and sing God Bless the Child, as not to appear like I was breathless, out of breath, winded. I managed to do that for 2 nights. When Billy came and told us he was going to go back and put it the way it was. Now, why was that? Because after the big tap number, the audience thought the show was over, so they were getting up leaving. Honey, he couldn't have that, and them not hear God Bless the Child, so it went back to its original position. Whew, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, I mean, that was something. I did that for like 2 or 3 days. Ooh, it was something, honey. Me and that oxygen tank became brother and sister. Okay, so now everything's going great. And previews, we open with the previews, and the audience is just loving the show, just loving the show. Sweet Georgia Brown, a big hit. God Bless the Child, a big hit. The tap number, I Got It Bad, just wonderful. Now it's opening night, and everyone's so excited. The press is all there and everything. And opening night went flawlessly. We had a grand opening night. Then the reviews came out for the show, and they singled me out. They loved the show, but they singled me out. Well, at that point, I noticed that various members of the cast stopped speaking to me. At first, I thought it was my imagination, but no, they had stopped speaking to me. Now, this is not the other 3 stars and some of the other actors. It was just a nucleus of people in the cast who did this. And then there were other things, like they would give a party and not invite the understudies. As far as they were concerned, the understudies were nothing. So they were upset with me because I had gotten reviewed in the show, and then they thought they were better than the understudies. So what I would do is I would give little gatherings and invite the understudies. Just have a party for them. Because I thought that was absolutely outrageous. They're a part of the cast. In fact, in a show like that, and in many shows, you can't really do a show without understudies. Because what happens if somebody is out or somebody's sick? You need those understudies. So how dare they play levels? I thought that was outrageous. So I became very close to the understudies, okay? All right. So the run was very successful in Philadelphia. We had a packed house every night. The reviews were amazing. Now we're headed to Washington. But this was still bothering me, how various members of this cast could just turn on me. When I had been their friends, we had partied together. I just didn't understand that. So now, here we go. We're off to Washington, D.C. In Washington, same thing. We had a great opening, great previews, great opening. And the reviews came out and singled me out again. And this one particular time, I'm upstairs on the 3rd floor visiting with one of the cast members. And we're talking, and I hear, well, we all heard, Vivian and the hairdresser are fucking. Vivian and the hairdresser are fucking. What? And it was the leading lady, the lady that I fought for to come into the show. I was dumbfounded. Yes, Gene Shepard and I, we were dating. But here she was at the top of the steps, 3rd floor, walking down the steps, saying this. All I can say is, from what was told to me, is when I came back to my senses, I was sitting in my dressing room, and I cannot tell you to this day how I got there. Millard was in the room with me, and I said, Millard, how did I get in this room? He said, I brought you here. And I said, okay. I said, but I don't remember. He said, Vivian, you got up and just kind of walked out the room, and you were heading down the steps in back of this leading lady. I said, I was? He said, and I didn't know what you were going to do, so I just kind of brought you back to your dressing room. Oh my God. What was I going to do? I don't even know what I was going to do, because I don't remember. But thank God, Millard brought me back to my dressing room. Then an article came out in the Amsterdam News, our main black newspaper up here in Harlem. I guess it's still in existence. And the article didn't have a writer. It was a ghostwriter. No name. And in this article, it went on to say that I had the best arrangements, the best costumes, because the musical director was my manager, which was totally not true. And it just went on and on and on. Well, when we did our last show in Washington, I had a nervous breakdown. Thank you so much for watching. This was a very trying time in my career, and I had many more times like this one as well. But come back for part 7, where you will hear what I did after I had my nervous breakdown and how I was able to bounce back. All right, see you next time.